Brother King,
Peace, peace, Queen. How you feeling?
I am awesome. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. I'm doing excellent. Out in the garden right now, just taking care of some business as usual.
Yeah, with another beautiful scenic background view.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we back at it again.
Uh-huh. Happy Transformational Tuesday.
Likewise, happy Transformation on Tuesday to you as well.
Thank you, thank you. So what
Mhm.
you got for us today? You know we hungry. It's been a whole week.
Well, I think a necessary topic. I know a few weeks ago we was talking about what's under your hood,
Mm.
and I just wanted to revisit that a little bit. Just talking about how often do you get your oil changed?
Oh, okay. Yeah, because is it synthetic or is it the premium brand, right?
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. So with that being said, sis, what does that mean in terms of financial freedom? Of how often do individuals get their oil changed?
Sure. You know, it's a great question and one that I contend with often because people don't necessarily take the time to check always, and it's unfortunate because they really start to check and pay attention when they want to make a move, right? And by
Definitely.
that time, it's far too late to check, especially if you've had missteps or you've been very lax along the way.
Most
So,
definitely.
monthly, you should be checking in. Bi-weekly, you should be checking in when you get your paychecks, or if it's weekly that you get paid, you should be checking in how you're allocating that money, where it's going, what you have coming in versus what's going out. And then what's the goal? So what are you doing with all of the money that you're bringing in? Are you saving? Are you nearing retirement? Do you have retirement goals already set up? Do you have home purchasing goals set up? Is your credit in such disarray that you may be a problem for even a rental application? You
Mm,
have to think about all these things and not just wait until you want to make the move, because that's when the frustration sets in, and that's when you'll be forced to do something and not like the results that you will likely get. So
mm,
similar to your oil, if you're just running this car up and down the road and you're
mm-hmm.
putting whatever gas in it and you're not taking this oil to get the check, it's going to force you into a situation where now you have to perform high maintenance on it. Your transmission probably will blow. Your tires, may go out. Your engine just may, need to be rebuilt entirely new. So that's going to force you into a situation, whereas if you were maintaining along the way and performing the necessary maintenance routinely, you would not have such a high expense and you would get the results that you want. Long lasting vehicle.
Mm. True indeed. That's powerful.
Yeah. Let me ask you, what does it mean to you when you think of it from a financial sense?
Um, Great question. Well, for me, for financial sense, I know that most people are looking into becoming financially free, like you stated earlier, but their habits don't align exactly with what they're trying to achieve. Now, if you
Mm-hmm.
want to become financially free, if you want to be stick to a strict budget to reach a goal, you want to make a purchase. If your spending habits are just all over the place, you get a credit card, you might max that out
Right.
on different purchases. You're just not being able to see and liquefy those assets as they come in. That oil is just going to keep on running. Like you
Right.
said, you'll eventually burn it out.
Right.
So is it synthetic or is it premium? Do you have
Right.
to do you get it checked as often every 3,000 miles, or you
Yeah.
just go when a check engine light comes on?
Yeah.
I think that's a strong fact that a lot of our family and the community needs to look into.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And so that's why these talks are critical, so that
Mhm.
people can become well informed, educated consumers. They know their options and they begin to exercise those options, right? But if they do get in trouble, I change lives. So
Yeah.
I'm there for you on that front. But take us into maintaining, and how often do you change your oil from the health aspect, right? Because we covered the wealth aspect, but let's tie that into the health aspect. What does that mean for us on the
Right.
surface?
So you said a word that I'm gonna go ahead and leave off of. You said exercise.
Mm,
Now, exercise is very, very important, and we're going to tie that into nutrition too. But it's this thing in your body called nitric oxide, right? So the
okay.
nitric oxide in your body is basically like a prompt to let your body know to release natural medicines within the body. And exercise is the only efficient way. I mean, healthy eating as well, but exercise is the only efficient way to release that nitric oxide to tell your body to release those natural medicines that is already made. So we can think of the body as a pharmacy, right?
Mhm.
7-Eleven, they tend to stay open 24 hours. Well, the more you exercise, your body is open 24 hours to produce the medicine that you need, which is cleansing the blood, cleansing your oil, essentially. But when we have lack of exercise, this is limiting our hours. So maybe on Saturdays and Sundays, our pharmacy is closed, and then we have limited hours throughout the week. So exercise is really important to produce oxygen, which is in our body, to produce antioxidants that our body already makes to cleanse that oil, to keep our filters clean. But then when we talk about the nutrition side of it, a lot of advertisements promote, McDonald's, the Popeyes chicken thing was a big thing at one point, but Pop Tarts and candies and sweet sugars, even a gas station, the word gas is already telling you what is it going to do to your body. Like, we don't want to eat from a gas station. It will produce gas in the body. So when we eat these oils, these hydrogenated oils and these trans fats, which are man-made and artificial manufactured oils, they tend to give our bodies restrictions. So this
Mm,
can be a buildup of plaque. This can be a buildup of cholesterol. This can be a buildup of just inflammation, things that we don't want the body to succeed in, but we do because we have a lack of exercise and a lack of nutrition. Now, if we change our diet, which is eating more fruits and vegetables, which are high in antioxidants and which are high in phytonutrients, which just means that they are very beneficial to the body and boosting the immune system, then we're able to cleanse our oil and, most importantly, cleanse our blood frequently every month. Just like we want to cleanse our oil, we don't want to put so much synthetic, or we wouldn't put a lot of sugar, or we wouldn't put sugar period in our tank when we put it in our vehicle. So why do we put it in our actual vehicle?
right.
So I think that's an important thing, tying it into the factor of nutrition and exercise to keep our pharmacy open, to release that nitric oxide, so therefore our body can produce its own medicine, and then we'll actually cut down on our medical bills as well.
Oh my gosh. And wouldn't we love that? Because the medical bills
Mhm.
adds a whole nother layer to climbing out of or trying to obtain financial freedom.
Absolutely.
So we have exercising, we have the nutrition, so the nutrients that you're putting in, and we
Hmm.
have the body, right? The body is the vessel or the pharmacy, as you
Right.
mentioned, right? So to keep
Right.
that pharmacy open 24 hours, like our CVS, our Rite Aid, our Walgreens, we need
Hmm.
to make sure that we properly stock it, right?
Right.
So we stock it with nutrition. We
Right.
stock it and make sure that it's maintained through exercise. And we do this routinely
Right.
so that we can keep that pharmacy from closing down or
Most
having
definitely.
problems, right?
Most definitely.
Yeah, I
Most
love it.
definitely.
I
The
love it. And
pharmacy
it's the
is.
same.
Mhm.
Hmm. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Queen. I'm gonna build off you.
I was just gonna say the pharmacy. I like that analogy of keeping it open
Hmm.
24/7. I like that analogy, that you used with the fruits and vegetables and not putting in the sugar and having the Popeyes option. And
Hmm.
sometimes we we don't have many other, we think we don't have many other options outside of the Popeyes or the fried foods, right? We
Right.
think because, healthy eating is often associated with a higher price tag that we can't afford it
Right.
necessarily. But if you
Indeed.
take a step back and you realize what it is that you're actually purchasing in the long run, in the immediate run,
Right.
it's worth its weight in gold. And it's
Indeed.
so much more cost effective to maintaining your body, your vehicle, your pharmacy, as you
Mhm.
mentioned, than just loading it up or dumping sugary items on it, right?
Indeed.
So when we think about that from the wealth side, how much money are you spending going out to Popeyes or any fast food? I don't want to just harp on Popeyes, any fast food restaurant. How
Right.
much money are you spending daily and weekly? Because if you eat out more than you're cooking and you're
Hmm.
getting fast food and greasy food and things that are just not allowing your body to sustain, not allowing your mind to grow, not allowing your roots to flourish, right?
Right.
That money that you're spending, you could have spent maybe a third of that and going out to the grocery store or a farmer's market or a
Indeed.
community market, as you mentioned, right? And get fresh homegrown foods
Hmm.
that are grown locally in the area,
For
right? So you
sure.
could have saved some money by doing that. Now you have the preparation, which is allowing you to have the premium oil that you mentioned, not the synthetic stuff, right?
Hmm.
So you take out a synthetic, you have the premium stuff now because you're cooking and you can cut down on the sugar, you can
For
cut
sure.
down on all the fat and the grease and
Sure.
everything. And now
Right.
you can make a larger portion of it. So you have some to go for today, for tomorrow, maybe throughout the entire week, which is the goal, right?
Hmm.
And that's how your mindset has to be in order to start to build your health, or marry rather your health with your wealth. You have
Hmm.
to get into a collaboration mindset, right?
Hmm.
Have to get into a mindset that you are going to maintain this vehicle or maintain this pharmacy because it's a
Hmm.
24 operational shop, right?
Hmm.
Your credit is a 24 operational shop.
Hmm.
Everything that you do should tie back to your health and wealth. What
Hmm.
is the goal here? What are you setting up for? What are you trying to overcome? And what are you trying to achieve? Right?
Indeed.
Because as you said, what is health without wealth?
Right.
What is wealth, rather, without health? That's what we
Exactly.
should say. That's the proper way to say it. What is wealth without health?
Exactly. I think it's no, there's no disassociation between the two, especially when we think about when it comes to children.
Mm,
Uh, I think this is so prominent, the conversation that we're having, because we can talk about wealth, we can talk about health, but we also can talk about generational wealth.
oh, man.
And if we aren't securing, the bag they say for our children, then really what are we doing?
Right.
Uh, so we talk about oil change, we talk about internal pharmacy. We think of how important the child plays in this role. Now we talk about different things that children might suffer from when going to elementary school. My child has ADHD, or my
Uh-huh.
child, might be suffering from spectrum of autism.
Yeah.
Um, is the child really at an attention deficit, or is the child
Mhm.
at a nutrition deficit?
Yeah.
You
Oh
know,
my gosh.
could
We
we?
we have to
Right,
make that a topic by
right,
itself. That has to be a topic
sure.
by itself. And we also need to discuss as a topic by itself how to afford, because people that want to make this transition to healthier lifestyles, healthier eating, they oftentimes associate it with a high price tag. And people, I'm here to tell you that is not always the case. If you are
Indeed.
a homeowner, if you are a condo owner, and you have a backyard, matter of fact, you're going to bring us into this new age hydroponics. You don't even
Mm-hmm.
need a backyard to grow food anymore. You can
Right,
produce without having ground and soil and the earth, right? This is
exactly.
real. You can have the health marry the wealth, but
Mm-hmm.
you have to commit and be ready to take action and charge on it. So we got to come back and talk about all of those things as separate topics. When you talk
Perfect.
about, children and kids, I'm a proud parent that says my kids eat fruits and veggies. They love
Right.
veggies. And they
Indeed.
love a variety of different, fruits that they eat
Right.
consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Candy has not been introduced to them, and we don't plan on introducing that for a very, very long time. And you
Most
know what?
definitely.
Even now, as much as I loved at one point a Jolly Rancher, it's nothing like
Mm-hmm.
watermelon Jolly Rancher. If I actually have a Jolly Rancher now, when I put that sugar on my
Mm-hmm.
tongue automatically starts this rejection process. It's like, wait,
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
That's not what we do anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So when you adapt a healthier lifestyle mentality,
Mm-hmm.
everything is going to start to change.
Most definitely.
Everything.
Most definitely. And that's a very good topic too, to talk about the wisdom of the body, because our bodies are very smart. And I think a topic that we could talk about too individually is the human pharmacy. Our farm.
Mm,
I think we can get back to that. But when you're talking about not allowing, niece and nephew to indulge in candies and sweets, that's a very great thing, because what you're doing is you are building the wisdom of their body. When you introduce fruits and vegetables to children at a young age, their palates will not fiend for anything that is inorganic to their bodies. This is how ingenious our body is. And what the adults have to do is a thing called reshaping their taste buds. So there's a process that needs to take place where you actually have to, even if you don't enjoy it as much, you have to start eating more fruits and vegetables, so you can therefore introduce it to your children and also set the example and the tone for them growing up.
absolutely. And there are so many ways that you can enjoy fruit and vegetables in a non-traditional way. Like, oh,
Exactly.
there are some yummy recipes out there. Simple
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah, most definitely.
Ah, always, always, always a pleasure. You have definitely transformed me again.
Oh
Thank you
no,
so much for
I'm
your
learning
wisdom and
from
your
you.
knowledge.
I'm learning from you. You see, I had to put my glasses on so I increase that vision. So I'm learning.
Ah, yeah, you sharp. You on it. I like those frames.
I appreciate that, Queen. Thank you
Hmm.
so much for having me.
Oh, not a problem. Thanks for joining us today. So we'll see you next week.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Content is gonna keep elevating, and navigators, y'all just stay tuned.
I love it. I love it. Thanks so much for joining us today. I love you, and thanks for enriching my mind, my body, and my soul. Have an awesome afternoon.
Likewise, Queen. Love you more, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Peace.
All right. Peace.